Hello everyone. In our last class, we have seen the peasant movements, right? Yes, according to the syllabus only we are going. Now we are discussing the third important chapter in your paper 2 section B, that is the British legacy in India. We will see how they have impacted our economy, impacted our social, nothing but society and the cultural aspects. Always remember this point, the legacies not always be positive. Legacies could also be negative. Legacy could give us advantages, legacy could give us disadvantages, but basic connotation of legacy is it has always been used in a positive way. Legacy is nothing but the mark, just like we are having in our history inscriptions with regard to various kings and queens and princes, how we have the inscriptions, how we have the scriptures, text, with the help of which we are able to derive our continuity, Okay, that is basically called as what? Legacy. Legacy is never dying. Legacy is never dying, but legacy is ever evolving. New things will come up in the legacy, old things will be dismantled, but the core framework of the legacy continues. The core framework of the legacy will continue. As simple as that, you can understand with the help of what basic structure or basic doctrine of our constitution, which says that the basic feature, the fundamental features of the constitution cannot be changed in whatsoever manner, what could be the situation, whether it is emergency, whether it is non-emergency, you cannot touch the fundamental rights, you cannot touch the basic doctrine or the basic features of our constitution. And that need to be carried forward by every other government which is coming forever and forever. You can have modifications in that, as I have already told you that it is ever evolving also. It is ever evolving also, as I have already told you that. In the sense that right to freedom, right to life was there, right to live with a clean environment, that right is also given to us recently. So right to life has increased to right to clean and green environment also. Right to choose your partners also. Right or wrong? Right to life once upon a time was only about survival. Only about that you need to be surviving, for that purpose you need to give in what right to livelihood also. So that's why the PDS has been initiated at that time to make sure that every individual in our country has the right to life. Means if you are suffering from such particular problems where your life is threatened, it is a state duty, the government duty, that they have to take care of the safety and security of the citizens or not. Yes, so they should jump in, they should intervene, and they should make sure that everyone is able to live their life. That is only called as right to life. Most important thing that is food, because water is anyhow available, and air is anyhow available. So food was an important aspect with regard to right to life. But it has never been the same case. No, it is ever evolving. That's why legacies are what? Never ending, but ever evolving. So whatever we have inherited today from the British colonial period, we have still the same systems going on. Obviously the modifications are enormous. They gave us 3-tier education structure, we still have the same, but lot of modifications obviously. They gave us railways, so we have now Vande Bharat also, we have shorter monorails, we have bullet trains, so we have evolved it, but legacy is there. They gave us thermal power plants, we have got our nuclear power plants, so legacy is there, power generation, right or wrong? They made Sati ban at that time with regard to social reform, today also Sati is banned, right or wrong? The legacy is carrying forward, even more women empowerment is being given to the women at this point of time, clear or not? Yes. So what I mean here is, legacies are those important events or those important decisions or those important reforms that are being carried over and over, period and period, decade and decade. They always stay, they always evolve, they never ends. That is called as legacy. Another important legacy of the British, you can see that the Western culture, the suit, boot, whatever I am wearing, the girls wearing the jeans and the t-shirts and the gowns which were not the traditional attire of our country, We all of them in the restaurants are having the food on the dining table using forks, using knives, using forks, the chamchas, spoons, etc. so and so forth. That's not how we used to have our food in our traditional way. So the legacy of that particular lifestyle still exists even today in the nook and corner of the country, which is very, very pervasive. Clear my point? So British legacies are enormous, but in the same way, they did not come. Okay, when you talk about the political legacy, when you talk about the economic legacy, when you talk about the social legacy, what they have done best is what? Social legacy that they have done best. Political legacy also they have little bit of it because they established institutions which we even have today. To some extent they have done for the political legacy, but they did not come to our country for political legacy to give a political legacy, to give us a social legacy. They have come to our country now to give what? For the draining of our wealth. So with regard to economy legacy, we have a very negative impact that we are carrying forward even today because the legacy given by them was harsh, shattered, dismantled, a collapsed organized economic structure that they have given us at that time, disorganized structure they have given at that time. Whereas in social and cultural legacy, which has lots of positives that we need to take up, even today we are following all of them. Clear my point? Yes. So in this particular chapter, we are going to talk about these legacies only with a very good relevance to what has happened, and one by one we will see all of them, okay, in our lecture. Right after that, this one we are having evolution of our constitution, which is nothing but the legacy of our constitution is coming from. The legacy of our constitution is coming from the acts that they have initiated, like Regulating Act of 1773, Charter Act of 1858, okay, Government of India Act of 1858, Charter Act of 1884. Then we also have Government of India Act of 1935, the last one that I am talking about, which is also called as Magna Carta of Indian Constitution because most of the provisions are taken from it. Right? So we will talk about that one. Okay, let us discuss it. I have given you an overview of what we are going to do in that particular lecture. So take out your pen, take out your books and start writing the important points whenever I underline it. Political and economic rationale behind arrival, British arrival. The most two important aspect with regard to British coming into our country is the political fragmentation of 18th century. They rule in our country because politics here has been fragmented after the death of Aurangzeb 1707, okay, then the early 18th century only. So India has seen lot of collapse of lot of regional kingdoms, etc. so and so forth. The country is getting very chaotic. There is no supreme leader for us. There is no emperor for us to keep all of us united. A complete disintegration, just like what has happened in USSR. The same thing was happening in our country in the early 18th century. That has become a very wonderful opportunity for the Britishers. Yes, we can just go into this particular location. Okay, we are already there obviously at the time of Akbar and Jahangir, only they are there. They found that a very good opportunity is there. Let us start annexing them. Let us start controlling these areas, because we as a Britishers are anyhow unified ones. So if you are in Kolkata, if you are in Delhi, if you are in Madras, or if you are in Hyderabad, or if you are in Bangalore, or if you are in Mumbai, all of us are Britishers only. We think the same, we are same, we want the same. Okay, that's why if we able to control it, okay, with the same cultural, economic, social legacy, we can have a rule on our country, on this particular country. They thought that way. So political disintegration was there. Okay, that was one of the important reasons. The second important reason was industrial revolution in Britain. A place cannot produce all the raw materials, though you are having a technology to convert the raw materials into the finished products. You got machines, but where is cotton? You got machines, but where is rice? You got machines, but where is potato? You are a temperate country. Many of the crops don't grow. You have to establish greenhouse gases, mass scale commercial agriculture. You anyhow cannot do. In your own country, you are a temperate country. So you need to go to the tropical countries where you can get a number of raw materials from the agriculture, from the dairy, poultry, etc. so and so forth, leather industry, animal husbandry. Obviously, they wanted to give what they have, but they wanted to take all of us, all of what we have. Okay. So industrial revolution is nothing but mass scale production of goods and selling and distributing them. That's all. That is only called as industrial production. And the major important aspect about industrial production is rise of machines to manufacture products. Rise of machines to manufacture products. Lot of innovators have come from that particular European countries. They have invented machines. That machines have fastened the speed of producing the goods. When you are abundant goods and you are able to satisfy the domestic demand, what you will do? If I am having 100 jalebis, 50 people are there in my locality, 50 people, everyone took one jalebi, then I have more 50 jalebi. What should I do with that 50 more jalebi? Do I have to go out of Ashok Nagar and go to Hyderabad and go and sell there or not? Yes. So obviously when they are having industrial revolution, they may be having lot of surplus production with them. They wanted to sell it to other countries. They came here, they saw the chaotic problems that we are facing at that time. Disintegration of Mughal Empire was happening. Okay, this country is full of religion, okay, full of religion conflict, full of caste conflict, full of class conflict. This country is very chaotic. There is no supreme leader is there. There is no emperor is there to control. There is no centralized rule is there in this particular country. Okay, they understood, then they started occupying the country and started ruling also. And they understood that this country is what? Golden peacock. Why? Because lots of fertile land, lots of cheap labor. What else you want to have if you want to go for production? Raw material and the cheap labor. That's all. Put in the machine, you'll get it. So the rationale behind the British complete control over the India's territory is both the rise of industrial revolution in Britain and political chaos and collapse in our country in the early 18th century. Industrial revolution in England 18th and early 19th century saw the rise of mass production, that is what I have told you, in Britain. This created two important. One is they need raw materials in order to go for innovation, in order to make the products more better, and they need what? New markets for their mass production. That is what I have told you. They found India as a solution to this. The platform was set. Okay, I have my products. Okay, I have mass products with me. Where to sell? Okay, this much India is there. No, okay, I will sell it here. That rise. So platform. India was a very good platform for them to come and just start selling, and a very good platform to produce raw materials. India provided the perfect platform to fulfill both the needs. Then as I have told you that political opportunity was also there, the declining power of Mughal Empire. Exactly what I have explained to you is completely there in the slide. Okay.